Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachers, scholarship, education, and research. For fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed.
Let's go.
First and foremost, good morning, good day, good afternoon. Hotep, assalamu alaikum, assalamu alaikum, Ayuri. Blessings be upon everybody. Blessings be upon everybody. I hope everyone is doing well this fine morning, wherever you're watching this, across the pond or around the world, whether it's nighttime or morning time. I hope the words from my mouth and the meditation of my heart be accepted from the creative force of the universe. Got to throw in my blue blockers. When you know your frequencies, you know how to navigate. So when I throw on my blue blockers, it's not that I'm hiding my eyes from anything because I don't smoke, I don't drink, but it's protecting the energy coming from the computer. And as someone who understands numbers from a certain perspective, in my book, Numerovation, not just not Numerovation, but more the children's book that you see in front here. Numbers are simple. Children's health is important. I point out every day from 1 to 31 and even the 0 that can attract certain health ailments to them if they don't recognize. That's why in another aspect, when you go to the doctors or wherever medical facility you go to, they might say, you know, what's your count, your blood count, your this count, your that count, and what's your numbers up to and all that. So the study of numbers and the vibration and patterns and cycles of numbers also can alert us, the humans that are being guided by the numbers. Even in astrology, the astrological sign that the humans came through to be guided by, or the numbers that you came through that to be guided by, can also alert you of health possibilities, health ailments that might be attracted to you. So, you know, my book on numbers are simple. Children's health is important. It's not just for children, but it's also for adults. So you can't get it. And also I speak about it in numbers are simple. People are complicated also. But numbers are simple. Children's health is important. You see my 2 grandbabies on there when they was children. They're grown now. That particular book alerts you and helps to awaken you to be aware of what possible ailments that you can be attracted to, or what your child can be attracted to, if you don't help that child or that grandchild or that nephew to navigate better, to be themselves, be their best self, health wise and otherwise. So I know, I don't believe, I know that it works. And it has helped me out over the years when I started learning about health and its connection to numbers and astrology and all that kind of stuff, to the point that at one point of my life, I wore glasses in the 80s. And when I started seeing that the glasses was diminishing my eyesight, that's when I decided to only use those glasses for what they wanted me to use it for. And that was for driving at night. That's when I really use glasses, or driving throughout the day so I can get a clear view. But other than reading and all that, I don't need glasses at all. But I learned to reverse the effects of it thanks to the teachings of a Dr. Laila Africa or Dr. Sabi or Ma'a or Dr. Melanie Stevenson, and, you know, studying what type of things I got to eat. And then now, you know, doing iridology with Dr. Africa and doing iridology with Anuket at that time. She was married to Brother Polite. She's one of his ex-wives. And of course, iridologists like Dr. Shakira Moore also helped me along the way. To a matter of fact, I even have a particular thing that she did to for me as recent as last year, which all of them confirm each other over the years. Dr. Laila Africa was just the one that really recognized that if I didn't start taking care of my health and resting, that I would kill myself. You know what I'm saying? So and it wasn't a fear tactic for Dr. Africa. It was just more, he was the type of person that said what he said what he meant and meant what he said. And I had to respect that. It is now 10:10, and 10:10 in visionary philosophy, really the 10:10 vision belongs to the eagle, the falcons, according to their methodology of assessing what eyesight is, and 2020 belongs to the human being. So ironic that I seen 10:10 on my phone popping up, and that deals with an acute vision. So we as human beings can acquire 10-10 vision, but 10-10 vision, because the 10 plus the 10 from a numerical perspective equals 20, the number 20 is an intuitive vision that you have to pick up on, that you have to be alerted. So your vision can be beyond the physical, can be acute and be precise and have precision if you're looking at it from a spiritual, energetic, spiritual, and intuitive perspective. So 10-10 is significant, just like 20-20 is significant in the physical realm, but in mathematics or the study of mathematics or numbers, 20-20 is the number of awareness, discernment, and awakening to some great purpose. So again, the vision has to be cleared on what great purpose you have to have in order for you to have 10-10 vision and 20-20 vision. So anytime I see those numbers pop up, whether I'm seeing it on the road or seeing it on the street, it reminds me, the individual who understands that when I'm seeing those numbers constantly, or it just pop out of nowhere. That's why in my holistic numerology class, my 8-hour course, which I'm going to put back on the market at the same price, I'm not going to change the price, I'm going to keep it this 8 hours. I talk about holistic numerovation and the Bath method of beyond the numbers, around the numbers, the trajectory of the numbers, and being able to hear and listen to the numbers when they're speaking to you. So I teach that 8-hour course. It's called the Bath method. It's a method that I came up with, how to see beyond the numbers, how to look around the numbers, having holistic, everything is holistic, spelled with that WHOLISTIK as spelled in the dictionary. Trajectory of the numbers, where you want to go, where you want to see yourself with the numbers, and how you can use the numbers to take you there. And then the H is hearing, because what innately connects with you to want to turn, and then you see 222, or want to wake up and your spirit, you turn to the clock and see 333 or 444 and all of that. So that's where I come from the whole, and that class will become, it's not really on this webinar, which I'm going to take down and stop selling right now. I'm going to stop selling this webinar because applied numerovation is just basically how to apply it. But the 8-hour course, this is 3 hours. The 8-hour course is different. And I'm doing a lot to make sure that I bring it back out so people can take the time and study for themselves and learn how to apply it from multiple levels and multiple perspectives, you know? Great. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you are doing well. I hope you and your family are doing well. And be safe and be strong, be focused in whatever you do today. Today, I am going to get into a brief subject because of what I was listening last night to a great speaker from the Nation of Islam. And he quoted the Minister Louis Farrakhan I believe in the study guide. I do have the study guide, but it's not here. It's actually in my archive. I have the old study guide, and I have the new study guide, which I purchased years ago when it came out in book form. But this quote that you see on the bottom here says, "It is not natural to want to fail," especially for the male and the female, the human element. It is not natural to want to fail. And although that's just a piece of what was said by Brother Nuri Muhammad, of which I will be having on my show when his new book come to my house. Also, I'll have Dr. Wesley Muhammad new book when it comes to the house also, on the Black gods and the decoding what UFO and what Chariot of the God was speaking. So Wesley Muhammad's going to do his thing, and I believe the book that I'm getting from brother Nuri Muhammad is called The Mathematics of the Mind, and that's right up my lane. I like that. I like them talks there, brother. Sister, I love them talks. What is it? What's the new book? Yeah, it's called The Mathematics of the Mind. Yes, that's brother Nuri's new book that's coming out, and he did respond to me and say, "Yeah, yes, let's do the interview." And also Wesley Muhammad responded. So as soon as I get their book and delve into those two books, 5 fingers and 10 toes down, that's when I'm going to interview them, probably towards March. I'll be interviewing them towards Women's History Month. Okay, so the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan spoke about it is not natural to want to fail. And if you're, I want to make sure that people understand, because I'm looking in the chat, and I'm not into what a nationality is and all that kind of. That's not my premise right now. If you want to go over to Harker Bay's show or go to Brother Sharif's show or that stuff, and you go there, but I will not tolerate any trolls. Real quick, you know what I'm saying? And so, Black Zionists, I'm going to ask you to stop trolling. And if you don't stop, get the heck off and leave me alone, because I'm not doing that with any of y'all today. All right? If you can't do it, I understand. Some people, the word trolling adds up to a 44, and it's a mental thing, and I got it. Everybody thinks they know everything and wants to know stuff. That's what you want to do, great. But go and do it somewhere else. Go do it somewhere else. And if you can't respect my platform, then create your own platform and do your own thing, respectfully. And I'm asking this out of respect, because that's not what I'm up here to do. All right? So I'm going to give you one last chance. If you can't respect my platform, I will block you and keep it moving. I have a big block party. Thank you very much. I'm not into the bull crap with anybody. I'm just letting people know. And I say what I mean and mean what I say in your face and online. Because if you run up on me, I will talk to you. And if you can't talk, then, hey, it is what it is. But I'm letting you know that I'm not into that. I was taught by Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad and various other people back in my day. So I don't tolerate foolishness in people's. So getting back to the point, my job as a numerovator is more to motivate people with their numbers. Whatever stuff that you pick up on the outside and what you're picking up, that is your business. That is your business. But my job is to motivate people with numbers. And that is my job. You know, that is my job. So you'll notice that I'm deleting your comments. I don't want any of those comments up here. So respectfully, I'm going to stay focused and get out of the comment section and do what I love to do. And that's enjoy the mathematics, because mathematics don't lie. I don't care if you are doing, I don't care what number you throw at me. Mathematics don't lie. Mathematics don't lie. The number system go back to cuneiform and going back to Kemet and going to Ethiopia and those sciences that our people so understood, that they were able to build edifices and things that will take us to the next level. You know what I'm saying? So let's do this. So the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, and I give respect to him, because he was one of those people that saved my life along the way, just like Noble Drew Ali's lessons, just like Imam Isa, Dr. York's lessons, just like Francis Cress Welsing's lessons, Just like Joe Pookram's lessons, they have saved my life and kept me on a path of study and research. C. Freeman L., Clock of Destiny, I've studied different things over the line. Asir is a good friend of mine, the Duke of Tears. I'll be interviewing Aline Bay coming up. So I'm not new to this stuff. I'm true to what I do. And if men and women will stay in their lane and advance in their own way, in their own lane, then they will be all right. And don't get into controversies with people and disrespecting people, because I don't choose to do that. So the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said something very key yesterday that touched me through Nuri Muhammad, and it was Nuri Muhammad that was teaching, because I'm in Nuri Muhammad's community section that receive his lectures every Sunday. So respect to Nuri Muhammad and what he does, born November the 21st. His birthday just told me to say it. Very entertaining, very informative, like how Dr. Khalid used to teach, and Dr. Khalid was born January 12th. So it's not surprising that Nuri being born on the 21st, and Dr. Khalid being born on the 12th, that they would be very entertaining when you watch them, especially when they're delivering the message. And sometimes I hear Nuri saying certain things that Khalid said back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And Khalid was my dude, was my brother. You know what I'm saying? I had his number personally in my phone. So that was my brother. But I put the words on the board. The writing is on the board. It's on the wall right now on the word win and fail. The numerovational perspective of it, because they're mathematically significant when you are winning and when you are failing. The root word of winning is win. The root word of failing is fail. So I wanted to go to the rooty and the tooty. I wanted to go straight to the root of it, because it's in the root where you find the truth. It's in the root where you find the truth, especially when you're using numbers. So the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, in his study guide, according to what Nuri Muhammad read, said, it is not natural to want to fail. That makes a lot of sense to me, because every one of us are winners. Let me draw it out to you. Every one of us are winners. Draw it out for you. Let me draw it out in another color. Every one of us are winners. Every one of us are winners. I know it's not the best drawing. I haven't drawn in a long time. But every one of us are winners. So what I've drawn on, in your mind, what do you think I've drawn on the board? I want everybody to put it up on inside the chat right now. What does this represent? And what does these represent? These are a lot of things going on here. So in your mind, I want y'all to think, go deep. And why do I say every one of us is a winner and then draw this on here? Let's see who's thinking. Let's put it in my chat. What does this look like? What am I drawing here? It's not the best drawing. I'm sure you could go into a book and see a better drawing. But what am I drawing here? Why am I drawing that? Let's see who's in the chat who's smart enough. Sperm to the woman's egg. Right. Very good, Dorothy. So she's checking it out. Sperm making it to the egg. Very good, Supreme. Supreme X Genes. Very good. That's right. So Instagram is on it. Facebook is on it. Wow, that's exactly. There's my girl. There's my former wife. What's up, girl? Happy belated birthday. What's up, baby? We never had a child, so mine's never made it. So, but yes. So out of all of the millions of sperm, why I say you are a winner. All of us are winners. Because out of all the millions of them, only one make it. One makes it through. Some strong swimmers. I had 9 strong swimmers that made it through. 9 children I got. 9 strong, one at a time. Some came out 2 like a blue pill, and some came out like my cousin, my son, my nephews and nieces. They came out twins and they made it out. One made it first though. Somebody came out number 1. One came out first a few minutes before. But I'm drawing this because if you know it from a minute perspective, then you understand why Minister Farrakhan said this. Why Minister Farrakhan said, it is not natural to want to fail. Just that quote alone stimulated my mind last night while I was listening and doing work in my office. I'm always listening and doing work in my office. So the Minister Louis Farrakhan said in the study guide that it is not natural to want to fail because those who made it to the egg, you made it. You beat out the million other sperm cells. So it's not natural. It's not the ones that didn't make it that failed the job. It's not the one that made it to the ovum. It's the one who made it to the ovum that won the race out of 1 million sperm cells coming out and ejaculating from man. So we are all, Minister Farrakhan said, it is not natural to want to fail. No, it is not natural. Not according to this and what all of us on this live went through. I don't care if you man, woman, tranny, dog, cat, all of us went through it. But dealing with the human element, usually 1 come through or 2 come through, and then you might have the triplets and the quadruples and all that stuff, but just dealing with the simplicity and the basics. All of us are meant to win. And even when one fails to impregnate the woman, we try again because you learn what not to do. That's failing is a lesson. And what's so interesting about the word fail, it adds up to a 19, and 19 is the number of the sun, which is here to shine light onto something that you did not do. That's why you fail. But 19 is also in the word win. In both systems, in the Pythagorean system, in both of them, add up to the number 19. Is that coincidence? No, it's not coinky-dink at all. It is not coinky-dink at all. To see that 19 shows up in the word win and shows up in both systems, because anytime you see me do, I always put down the both system. You got the modern day system, which is the Pythagorean, and you got the older system, which is the Chaldean. Anytime you see me put it on the board, I have to come from both perspectives. The most popular of the 2 perspectives is the Pythagorean, which is on the top. So I put P. The oldest but more deeper, symbolic, and recognized and harder to learn is the Chaldean. But when those 2 show up, I see 12:3 and I see 13:4. All have a meaning when you study the numbers and study how to apply. So give yourself a round of applause. You are all winners. You made it through the sperm. You're the one that broke the egg and made it and fertilized that sperm. You are all winners. Matter of fact, let me give y'all a round of applause. I got the applause, but let me give all of y'all winners a round of applause because I love that y'all. Thank y'all very much for making it here. I love you because I love me. Thank you. So thank you, Minister Farrakhan, for showing us from your perspective. It is not natural to want to fail. But failure is sometimes necessary to allow you to see, because remember, in certain systems of numerology, the 19 is known as a karmic number. In certain system of numerology, the 19 is a karmic number. Because from what I see with the numbers, if whatever you start, you don't finish, that's when it can become a failure. Because 1 is the starting point and 9 is the completion point. So whatever you start and you don't finish, it can become a failure on the negative. That's why failure, or the word fail, is a number 19. But in the word win, again, the 19 shows up, where 19 on its positive, it's a number of advancement. It's in my book. The number 19 is a number of advancement. It's the number of accomplishment. It's the number of the alpha and the omega. It's one of the most highly favorable numbers in numerology. I'm not going to say it's the best numbers. There's no best number or bad number. There's no good or bad number. It's just the vibration of that number. This is what has been known in numerical history as one of the most favorable numbers to have. It deals with ambition, happiness, and honor on the positive. It deals with the higher level and remains a respectful and an ambitious number. So when you become a winner or you win, you are supposed to be respectful of the win. You're supposed to be happy with the win. You're supposed to be honorable in the win, according to its connection to winner, to the word win. But because the number 19 shows up in the fail, the number 19 is telling you in the failure energy, why did you fail? Maybe you was 19 negative is being indecisive. The negative of the number 19 is not finishing what you start, because 1 is the starting point and 9 is the completion point. Maybe you didn't finish what you start. If number 19 is also the leadership number, the creativity number, why are you not creating? So number 19, if you fail in a project or fail in doing something, then the 19 is shining a light on your failure so you can redo it and become the winner of it. Learn from the lesson of failing and become a winner of it. So if a man and woman is coming together and she has the ovum, he has the sperm, okay, all right, maybe they got to go to a doctor and check out her numbers as far as her egg and see how strong, how fertile she is. And maybe he has to go to a doctor and check out how fertile she is. Then they might have to take certain drinks and eat certain things and change their diet in order for them to stop failing while they're trying to make a baby and this time win. I'm just showing you from another perspective. That's all. And please like, subscribe, and share this. Please. Let me scroll that on the bottom, because y'all just be taking in this information and don't be like, subscribe, comment, and you don't share with at least 5 people. This is a class. This is one of my classes. This is not in my 8-hour class, but this is on an online class that I'm offering to you. And if you want to share and show some love with the Cash App and PayPal, by all means. Spread love, yeah. Spread love, by all means, spread love. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about a thing. That's right. Spread love. That's it. So as we see, there's a positive and negative to the number 19. There's a positive and negative to the number 10 because 10 is the wheel of fortune energy in numerology. But if you read in my book, if you have my book, Numerovational for Mental Stability, I say about the number 10, and both of them have the number 10 after the 19. It's a symbol of complete evolution in many studies. Manifestation on a higher phase of evolution. Number 10 is another one of the best combinations to have. It is Wheel of Fortune, but you got to remember in tarot, it's a high level of honors, both positive and negative. And it says in any field they choose, but their name can be known for positive and negative. There's a lot of failures that are known in this world. There's a lot of failure, people that have failed to be on the right relationship. That's why we got social media dogging out people that's going through failed relationships. There's a lot of winning relationships out there. But I'm just showing you that the number 10 can go either way, both positive and negative. That's what I wrote in my book when I said that it can offer the number 10 person high levels of honor and respect in any field they choose, but their name or this vibration, their name can be known for positive and negative depending on their desire and the path they select. Now, if you fail at something and you decide to go into the slump of failure to the point that you don't want to keep on trying, then that becomes a negative effect. And because you're not trying to win anymore, actually, when you're born naturally a winner because you win just by doing what you had to do as a sperm cell. You're the only one that made it. So it's important to understand that failing is a lesson, and so is the word winning. A win is a lesson, and the word fail is a lesson that we all have to bear witness to and respect if you plan on winning, even after you failed. Not going to be here long, but I got to be strong. Dr. Khaled would say that. So let's go to the Chaldean system of the two words, where the word win adds up to a number 12. Adds up to a number 12. In my book, I talk about the number 12 being the universal manifestation, fruition, complete expression according to certain esoteric studies. The number 12 also symbolically represents the expansion of the perfect duality because it expands into a number 3 when you add the 1 plus the 2, which equals a 3. This is what I'm writing. This is what's in my book. It's in my book. When united. When it's united, 1 plus 2 equals 3 when united. That's what I'm saying in my book. The number 12 on the highest and wisest side is the lead. It has the ability to lead with sensitivity, compassion, and creativity. So whatever you're doing in order for you to win, you have to bring sensitivity to it, you have to bring compassion to it, and you have to be creative with it in order for you to win. So I'm telling you, when you look in my book and any other numerology book, you can apply it to yourself, your name, your birthday, but you can also apply it to the words that you constantly use or motivational words. When I put the word procrastination on here, it has a mathematical vibration to it. So whether I put the word win and fail on here, as you see, there's a mathematical vibration to the both words, which has a significant meaning that can take you both ways because people can win and be arrogant in their winning. Because the number 12 can get, on the negative, can get moody, become a mischief maker because they're a winner, can be very exaggerating with their energy because they're winning, can get a little moody because they're winning, because I'm a winner, I'm better than everybody else, and you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to be disrespecting people because you are winning. Because what's so interesting about those two, the two vibration that it comes with, that when it adds up to the number 10, which is a 1, 1 on the positive says you have to also develop empathy while you're winning. Because sometimes people connected to the number 1 on the negative can be unempathetic. They don't empathize with other people that have lost or have failed behind them. That's why the number 1 on the positive says you have to develop empathy. Even if you're winning, there's always going to be somebody that's going to take your place later on. We have to always recognize that these are duality. The number 12, which equals a 3, 3 is the number of expansion and growth. If you read my book, Numerovational for Mental Stability, it's the symbol of expansive trinity of father, mother, and child. It's a number of writing, speaking, dancing, communicative movements, and it's a number of creative, magnetic, and being mindful of attracting recklessness, because 3 can be a reckless and scandalous number on the negative, although it's a magnet for creativity. It's a magnet for creativity. So in your winning, there's duality in the number 12. And if you read tarot, I wrote about it in my book about what the number 12 on its negative can be. Number 12 is called the hangman energy. In tarot, it's called the hangman. And this represents the lessons that the human must hang upside down from their feet until the accomplishments of their great work of renewal within is completed. It's known as a sacrificial lamb, a victim number. So most people that are winning have to be very careful, have to watch their back, because everyone wants to be number 1. Everyone wants to be a winner. So sometimes winner becomes a victim of people who are not liking them, who are not respecting them, because they wanted to be in that position of the win. That's how powerful these words are. That's what I'm trying to tell people. That's what I'm trying to tell people. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to tell people. You know? I'm not going to get into the word procrastination and all that. I'm staying where I'm focused at. That's why I named it Win or Fail, a numerovational perspective. Actually, I did procrastination probably a year ago, but I wanted to do that. But procrastination will help you to fail. That's for sure. If you want to be a procrastinator, it will definitely help you to fail. Go look it up in the dictionary, what procrastination means and what it means to be a procrastinator. Have I done it before in my life? Of course I've done. And I've missed some great work, some great jobs, some great opportunities because of procrastinating, and that leads to a fail. But what is so interesting about studying patterns, cycles, and sequences, that these cycles keep on coming back in other ways, in other methods, in other timelines. Although lightning doesn't strike twice in the same place, but it may strike in another place where you might be at in the next cycle. Because remember, as a numerovator or someone who studies the application and the science of numbers, we're looking at the patterns, cycles, and sequences of people's life, no matter what religious system or spiritual system you are under. We all have cycles. We notice this in the atmosphere, in the world, in the weather patterns. We see there are cycles. And if we are part of this universe, if we are on this earth, whether you call it flat or round or it's a tesseract, there's a cycle going on. Everything is a cycle. So sometimes there's a cycle of failing and there's a cycle of winning. There's a cycle of failing and a cycle of winning. But the job of the person or the human is, are you willing to spiral up? And even if you fail while you're spiraling up, right there, that's where the lesson that says you need to reassess why you failed, why you was trying to win, and then keep on moving up. Don't go down. Don't spiral down. And some of us spiral down. And the word fail in numerology, in the Chaldean system, adds up to a number 13, which is a 4. Now, anybody who's seen me, 13 is a symbol of power and dominance. So your failure will reveal something about you if you take it with stride and enable yourself to be in the moment of failing, but also learning the lesson of failing, because the 1 and the 3 is a number that deals with not only the creative aspect, not only the expansive aspect, but because it adds up to the number 4. In your failing, it's allowing you to be grounded, because 4 is a grounding energy. It's a building energy, and in order for you to build, you have to have a firm foundation. So if you fail, maybe you didn't have the firm foundation. That's why the 4 is there. So in your failing, it is reminding you and giving you the lesson to go back and rebuild and reconstruct your foundation, so you can build on it, so it can rise up to the wind. Because if you look at anybody building anything, and I remember my grandfather, who lived to be 103 years of age, I used to watch him when he was building certain things around the house, and he was bricklaying. And every time he laid one layer of brick, he made sure the foundation was stable, laid the brick, then he put the lever on it so to make sure that it was balanced. And he laid another set of brick, then he put the level on it, because it takes work. The number 4, after you fail or went through a certain amount of failing or failures in your life, now it's telling you to work on yourself, because the number 4 is a working number. It's telling you to work on yourself. That's what failure is reminding you to do. And because in the Chaldean system, the word failure starts with the letter F. The 8 is a number of discipline. The 8 is a number of discipline. So if you lack if you failed, you may have lacked the discipline to win, because you didn't pay attention to to dot every I and cross every T while you're building. Maybe you got a little arrogant. Number 1 in this negative is arrogance, uncreative, not willing to finish what you start, because 1 and 9 deal with finishing what you start. 10 is a wheel of fortune, but you could have wheeled yourself into failing because you didn't build and you didn't check out every part and every dynamic of how you can win. And let me stop right there. I'm not going into no hour with y'all. Man, it's no joke. It's no joke. So the great Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, my brother, who I've gotten to meet numerous times in my past when I was in the Nation of Islam and when I wasn't in the Nation of Islam. But this particular broadcast is based on what Nuri Muhammad said in his lecture while he was quoting the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. It is not natural to want to fail. Some of us are taking on other people's thought patterns. As I was reading in Don Miguel Ruiz's book, The Mastery of Love. Because children live in the moment. Children don't even know what failure is. Children just want to have fun and enjoy themselves until we, the parents who have been infiltrated and mind controlled by our parents, we start pushing in failure on them instead of pushing in the win on them, or letting them understand it's all right to fail as long as you're willing to remix it, learn from your failure, and win. Don't just waddle in your failure, because many of us waddle in our failures. Oh, I can't do this. I don't have no support. Oh my God, I'm a failure in life. My mother told me that I would never be able to sing, and I held that with me. My mother said I can't dance. My father wasn't there. He didn't push me. Man, many people go through that. Many clients that I've done sessions with have told me some things about what their mom did or what their father did or that their mom didn't do or what their father didn't do or what this relationship did. And this is, we got the power. We got the power. It's just, are you willing to accept the power that you have? And like the great Frantz Fanon said, look at the quote. I mentioned it during the Valentine interview. Each generation has to identify its mission and decide whether they will accept it or betray it. What is your mission? And if you want to accept it, you have to strive to win, even if you fall certain times while you're trying to work up. Like Les Brown would say, like Dr. Moses Powell used to say, it's not how you fall, it's how you land. And if you're able to land in your trip and in your fall and while you're doing your rollouts or whatever, if you learn how to land, then you'll be able to get back up appropriately from the fall. So Frantz Fanon says each generation has to identify its mission. What is your mother flipping mission? Look yourself in the eye intentionally at night, in morning, until you find your mission, because numbers can pinpoint where you need to go with your mission, whether you love to help, talk, write, dance, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, it's your mission, and you have to decide whether that you accept it or you're going to betray it and come back again and do this all over again, if there's a such thing as reincarnation. You're going to have to decide. I can't decide it for you. I can only give you an aspect through your numbers, because numbers came to guide, not control you. At the end of the day, you control yourself. If you want to get up and say, I'm going to eat that pizza right now, that's you saying, I want to eat that pizza, although you know that the cheese is going to bother you, because some of y'all might be lactose intolerant. And sometimes I eat a pizza. I'll go eat one of those flat whole wheat, whatever pizza. And I know what it can do to my system. I'm not lactose intolerant, but I know what it can do to my system. So what I would do, I would drink a lot of water before I eat it, and then take a casca sangrada, that colon cleanse while I'm eating it. Make sure I have a lot of vegetables on it so it can move it through my system. I'm not going to lie to people that sometimes don't eat pizza. I used to be a pizza maker. I used to make pizza. I was a pizza man at the Ansarullah community back in the day. I'm not going to lie. I'm not full vegetarian. I still eat fish. So I don't have to lie, because I'm not afraid of you to lie to you. I don't eat pork, I don't eat chicken, I don't eat beef, I don't eat lamb no more. But I'm not afraid to tell people that, sometimes my spirit says I need to eat a pizza. And sometimes when I do eat the pizza, it gives me a euphoric attitude and take me back to when I was in the Ansarullah community, making a pizza and associating with the people that used to come and enjoy the pizza I used to make. Because sometimes I'll eat a pizza just to remind me and take me back into that time of when I used to make it and the conversations that I used to have with people, because I'm writing a book. I'm writing my autobiography. So a lot of downloads come with different things that I have to tap in. Now, I'm not going to go back and eat pork like my mother and all that. I'd rather choose something else. I'm not going back to eat beef and all that stuff. But I know when my spirit says, hey, go order this. That means one of my ancestors in my bloodline is telling me, go get this, because you need to get the lessons from whatever you're getting, whatever's happening, you got to get this lesson. And that's how I move. That's how I move. So, on that note, family, take heed to this quote right here by Franz Fanon. Each generation has to identify its mission. And I'm talking about each individual. Let's switch it up and say each individual has to identify its mission and decide whether you're going to accept it or betray it. And like Minister Farrakhan said, it's not natural to want to fail. It's not natural. The sun never fails. No matter how much clouds is out there, the sun never fails to show. Since you've been born in this region of the world, the sun never failed to rise. And both the word fail and win adds up to a 19. And in tarot, that is the number of the sun in the universe, the number 19. So when you think the sun is failing to rise, it's not failing. So that's what it's telling me also. It's always winning, but when you have an overcast and it's dark and storm comes up, it don't mean the sun ain't still shining, baby. Even while you're failing, the sun is shining because it's letting you know that there's always going to be another day. There's going to be another hour. There's going to be another moment that you can rise from failing to win. That's why these two numbers are shared in these same words. Two different words, two different meanings. But the mathematics ain't lying to me. I understand that now. On that note, family, it's been an honor to be before you doing what I love to do, Numerovation, because Numerovation, I promise you, when I transition from here, Numerovation is going to be the next word, the next vibration, not just numerology. Numerology was invented in 1907 by a woman named Dr. Julia Seton. 1907. Not Julian Staton, which they try to give it to the man. It was a woman that invented the word. Now, Pythagoras and the Chaldean nation was doing it way before Pythagoras, and Pythagoras got it after his studies abroad and then brought it back to his country. Cool. But know that we are the founders of words. The original melanated people, and it's not to be racist or biased in any way, but we are the founders of the words and symbols and all of this great stuff. No matter what language you speak it, you have it in Arabia, you have it in Hebrew, you have it in Amharic, you have it in cuneiform, you have it in different language, Kemetic, Medunectar, you have the numbers. And they was always those metaphysics teachers, because metaphysics just means beyond the physical. And once we learn to blend the physical with the spiritual or beyond the physical, that's when we start excelling in our greatness, because we understand the equilibrium and the balance. That is what we're lacking. Because where are we getting our thoughts from? Where are we getting our thoughts from? Where are we getting all this energy to move? And there's science behind this. We're not plugged in every night, although sometimes we need to take time for ourselves to rejuvenate and get our energy back, but we're not plugged in every night. Like this computer every night needs to be charged. This phone every night needs to be charged in order for it to animate our life and help us. This appendage has to help our life to get through and navigate and do what we got to do. We are living Ma'at. We are living Ma'at. We are living math. We are living math. We are living astrology. We are living cardology. We are living Islam. We are living Hebrews. Everything came out of us. So I don't get into no arguments with no Negroes or Wigros. Negroes are niggas trying to grow up, and Wigros are whiteys trying to grow up. I don't get caught up in Wigro and Negro stuff. I don't get caught up in that. Not no more. I used to be in the debates and be with Taj Tariq while they arguing and Aleem and them battling SETI. I used to be right there watching and checking them out in the nation with Dr. Khaled debating. No more that blood clot thing there. We not do them thing there no more. Because at the end of the day, maybe your children is going to do it. Maybe they're not going to do it. Maybe your legacy is going to do it. Maybe they're not going to do it. At the end of the day, you made to make sure that your heart is as light as a feather. And that what you've done positive has outdone the negative that you've done. And that's all I strive to do. It's all I've been striving to do with what I do. That's it. None of the drama. You don't see me on here with none of the drama. You don't see me bring drama to my show. Never. I don't have to. That's not my mission. And I am accepting my mission for this generation, and that's to be a person that helps not only myself and my family if they want it, but people around the world are coming to me. People around the world are coming to Lloyd. People around the world is coming to Aquarius Max. People are coming to us for a reason. And it's not because we didn't go down the religious, or we didn't have a religious family. Nah, man. I realize now that religion means to take back or to realign. And realign with what? Realign with the God force or the universal force within you. I'm not angry at that. I'm just realigning myself again. Realigning myself. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. And I've been through all of the religious arguments, not doing that anymore. Been through all the spiritual arguments, not doing that anymore. I'm happier. And I hope that you are happier whatever you do. If whatever you're at in your religion, in your way of life, your spirituality, whatever you do, if it's making you a better person and you're identifying your mission in what you're doing, and you've decided whether you're going to accept it or betray it, that is on you. It's not on me. My job is just to make sure you activate it and maximize it while you're doing it. That's why you come to me for a session. That's why people book me for a session. Simple as that. So when you want to book a session, I'm in the month of March now. So if you book a session, you'll definitely be in the month of March because I'm booked up for February. So if you book a session, remember, look what I say on the bottom of that flyer. The study of numbers or numerology is applied mathematics. Learn how to apply your numbers and they will guide you. So I don't even care what religion you're under, what spiritual system you're under. I don't give a derp. I'm just here to help you be better in whatever you're doing in your religious, spiritual, or spiritual system. Have fun, because at the end of the day, we all came through this. We all came through this sperm and this ovum. We all came through this meeting. That didn't have a religion, and that didn't have a religion. None of this had a religion. They didn't even care about it. They don't even care. The sperm don't even care. The ovum don't even care. It just wants to be fertilized, or the surrounding is always fighting off the sperm. So it takes a strong sperm to get to that ovum. It takes a strong one to get there. It takes something strong to get there. So thank y'all very much. Please like, subscribe, comment if must, share if you can with at least 5 or more people. Do remember, my family, that I, myself and Carrie Ann is back at it. Back at it. Every Wednesday, we're doing our show every Wednesday. And this Wednesday, we're going to have the beautiful Janine St. Louis as she speaks for the first time about her love for Hashim and Zinga. We're going to be changing this flyer because I'm going to pull Hashim and her in the background, pull it away. But I'm just waiting for Kerry to send me the flyer because we have to remix this flyer. Chairman of the new Black Panther Party on February the 14th. And it's appropriate to do it on that day because a lot of women and men united during the revolutions, the revolutionary movements, the spiritual, the metaphysics movement. You know, remember Baba Heru was married to Queen Afua. Phil Valentine was once married to Queen Afua, and now he's married to Dr. Nalani. So there's when you're on a mission, whether it's the Black power movement, whether it's the Pan-African movement, whether it's the metaphysic movement, when you're on a mission, it sometimes could be hard loving. Sometimes it's hard to love because sometimes the man is on that mission. And Hashim was a great brother that was like the right hand, the other right hand of Dr. Khalid, and him and Malik Zulu did their thing, but we don't hear the women talk. So for the first time on February 14th, what they call Valentine's Day, we're going to hear one of the women talk about their love for a man that was the chairman of the new Black Panther Party before he transitioned. And we're going to have that beautiful sister on sharing her wisdom. Do remember, this coming Sunday, I will be interviewing this beautiful sister. Her name is Nia Love. Her name is Nia Love. We're going to be speaking about health, mental health professionals, therapists, and healers need healing also. Y'all remember Dr. Sabi used to say, healers need healing? She listened, and she wants to take a bunch of healers on a trip, a bunch of therapists that don't ever get away, and for a good, reasonable price. She's taking them to Jamaica to get treated and taken care of, since they take care of so many people. So yeah, I'll be interviewing her. I'll be interviewing her on the 11th. Then on the 12th, we will be doing a tribute to Dr. Delbert Blair. Dr. Delbert Blair, the late great Dr. Delbert Blair, with guest brother Jerry Miller will be on with us. As you see him in the picture, we're going to be speaking on there is no truth until you decide what truth is. That is one of Dr. Blair's sayings. And of course, again, on the 14th, we're going to have this sister. On the 18th, I welcome back Adara Moselle, celebrity healer, sensual masseuse, master tantric shaman, and much more. Married with children, doing her thing. She's going to be returning to King Simon Presents right here. And do remember that same day, Dr. Phil Valentine is doing his rebroadcast of his event, his webinar. Make sure you support him by going to his website, uksnow.org. That's uksnow.org. And then that Wednesday, we're going to have a candid conversation about addiction and healing with Canada's own L.A. Wade. She just hosted Professor Jane Smalls in Canada. So we're going to be having this author who went through her addiction and had to heal and work on it. So kudos to the sister. And then on the 25th, we got Dr. Aleem Bey coming in to drop that wisdom. Certified massage herbalist, certified natural health consultant, certified iridologist, certified Reiki master. We're going to have Dr. Aleem Bey in the building. And do remember Atlanta, Georgia for 2 days. At the YG Urban Cafe, 640 Evans Street, Southwest Atlanta, Georgia, in the West End. From 1 to 5 p.m., we have Professor James Smalls. The early bird tickets are $25, and then it's going to move to $35 in March, and then at the door it's going to be $45. With special guests, business owner and entrepreneur and intuitive life coach, Destiny Pendarvis will be in the building. That's the public event on Saturday, April 6th. The private event, no holds bar, private all-day Q&A symposium. Only 33 seats are available. Seats are already selling for that. From 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., there will be a 1 hour break in between. So this is going to be like a 7-hour thing. $99 early bird tickets, more in the last minutes. The last week of, there's going to be more. It's going to be more. It's going to be probably up to 144, 155. That's where the price is going to go up. So make sure you get your early ticket. I try to give people a tier system so they can get early bird tickets, but people want to wait. And you could only pay through Cash App and PayPal. This you could pay through Linktree right now. Go to the Linktree and go to my Linktree. It's on sale right now through Eventbrite on my Linktree. But this, the $99 and more, you could pay for that all-day thing with Professor Smalls. That's only Cash App and PayPal. You have to text me at 347-496-1022 for that. Remember, support Baba Laila Africa and his wife, the late, great Baba Laila Africa and his wife. They got a holistic nutritional counseling course. Tell them King Simon sent you. It's good for you to learn. Believe me, then you'll be able to apply it, and they show you how to deal with urine samples, all of that. So big up to Dr. Laila Africa and Dr. Melanie for keeping it going. If you want to record, you have music you want to record, let that song, let the music come out of you. Got 3 studios in New York City. And you could travel there, Green Studio, at greenstudionyc.com. That's my son on the picture. He's one of the team members on there, audio recording, beat making, photo shooting, consultations, and merchandising. They also show you how to do what you got to do. Contact for the advertisement rates and mention King Simon. I'm going to take this off. Matter of fact, let me take this off right now. I'm deleting this right now. I'm going to be remixing my 8-hour course because people want my 8-hour course from now on. I know people want to learn it more. The 3 hours good, but I'm doing the 8-hour course next. I'm going to put the 8-hour course up next and send you to the link that you can purchase it through. Also support CarrieAnnIngram.com or Linktree/CarrieAnnIngram. Ingram. It's 11:11 right now in America, in this side of the earth. 11:11, good sign. Lloyd Strayhorn, make sure you support the barber. Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. He is one of the sponsors of the show. 581-4401 800 number. Look out for the upcoming audiobook of Numerovation for Mental Stability in my own zany way, because I want to make sure y'all are laughing and enjoying what I'm saying. That's what I do. All right. And you can get all my books through Amazon or go to my Linktree. You'll see all the links through my Linktree/King Simon, the Numerovator. If you want to book a session with me, please text me your full name and date of birth, 347-496-1022. All of February is booked. You can, March is ready. It's open for you. So it's no long ass list like I used to have 6 months in and a year in, like the great ones, like Sister Myra Moss and Sister Khadija is 2 years in, and Sister Blue, Miss Blue is like 2-3 years in. Nah, mine says I get things done. That's why I do 30 minutes, because I got to keep things moving. And I don't got time to be doing all of that. But I do respect when I do have a long list, and I am grateful. Remember, accept what is, let go of what was, and have faith in what will be. I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I am thankful for my life. Dr. B. Sirius said that. And like the late, great Dr. Blair used to say, please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth in your love now. Family, this has been Win or Fail, a numerovational perspective for YouTube, Facebook, and other platforms. For all links, go to Linktree/King Simon Numerovator. If you have spread any Cash App love or PayPal love, thank you very much. If this message meant anything to you, thank you in any way, because this is all about energy, circulating energy. And the more I circulate energy, the more it comes back to me in multiple ways and fashion. I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it for the love. I'm not doing it for the likes, but I really enjoy what I do by showing and bringing this numerovational perspective to this mathematical universe. Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Be strong, be focused, and be your greatest numerovational self. Take care. Bye. Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachers, scholarship, education, and research. For fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed.
Eye to eye, heart to heart, each one teach one us. This is Professor Imhotep, the Island Monk, here at Warrior Kido Jiu-Jitsu, Way of the Warrior Spirit. So we're here to go over the rules and try to make that as swift as possible for you guys. So the rules essentially are very few. Number one is to follow us on TikTok at the Island Monk, or if you have Instagram, you can follow us at Warrior Temple, Island University. Or if you really love us and want to show us support, you can follow us at both. You're going to find the Kata Shodachi, and you're either going to duet us on TikTok or collab with us on Instagram and win 10 tickets for every additional video you do beyond that. So as we say with all the warriors, eye to eye, heart to heart, each one teach one, us.
Hey, this is King Simon, the International Numerovator. Remember, get all my books on Amazon or go to Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator. And remember, don't forget to book my sessions at 347-496-1022. Book now. So remember, our job as studiers of these metaphysical, esoteric knowledge is to help enhance people to be better. I, as a numerovator, using the numbers, or quote-unquote numerals, and motivation to get people to understand why they need to activate their numbers to be their very best self and maximize it. Because the numerals hold a frequency. And if you're willing to turn up that frequency, then that frequency can help to guide you and navigate you to a higher height that will allow you to spiral to be your best self. We must remember that.